quick video response. I want to answer a question from a subscriber who asked if it is possible to electroform for cheap. Okay, and the answer to that is yes. What you need is, really you should buy a good book always, but I will convey a little bit of the information to you. So this is Electroforming by Leslie Curtis. Gem of a book. Here are the ingredients you're going to need. You're going to need coarse sea salt, copper sulfate, washing up liquid or dish soap, and distilled vinegar. Okay? The salt is going to replace your hydrochloric acid. Copper sulfate, same thing. Washing up liquid, we use something similar. And then the vinegar will replace the sulfuric acid and give your solution conductivity. Okay, the process. Page 14. Okay, very briefly, in a 1 liter vessel, you take 500 milliliters of deionized water and carefully add 150 grams of copper sulfate. Make sure to wear proper PPE. You don't want to breathe this stuff in. Stir it with a plastic spoon until the crystals dissolve. If you need to warm the water up a little bit, I do that when I'm mixing large quantities. Probably not necessary for a small batch like this. Now you want to take 60 milliliters of vinegar and add it to your 500 milliliter copper sulfate solution. Okay, so you have your copper sulfate and your vinegar. And now in another vessel, you take 16.5 grams of salt. Add enough deionized water to make up 1 liter of a solution. So keep this off to the side. You're gonna want to use this in the future, but for now, just take 80 milliliters of that solution, or 0.132 of a gram. And I think that's 0.132 of a gram of salt. So you want to take that and add it to your copper sulfate solution. This is going to adjust your chlorine levels, but be very careful here because if you overdose in the chlorine, you will ruin your solution. Now add 3 drops of the washing up liquid, which is going to prevent the formation of bubbles on the surface. Don't add too much. You can always add more later on. That's the rule. Okay, so now you have your electroforming solution. Now you need a small container like this. Okay, you want to mark a 1 liter line on that container. And when you pour your solution in, when you're going through the process, you're going to want to top up deionized water up to that 1 liter point. Now the very basic setup here, what you see here, this piece of copper, that's your anode. And that alligator clip will attach to the workpiece that you want to plate in copper. So assume this is filled. Here, let's go over here. Okay. So there's the setup, okay? You don't need a power supply. You can use a battery, okay? Connect the positive terminal to your anode, the negative terminal to your cathode. And that's about it. If you have any other questions, just ask them in the comments and I'd be happy to clarify.